Hey everybody, this is Fiends on the beta, and I'm going to talk about some PvP talent changes that just happened. A little bit of a nerf, guys, a little bit of a nerf, so let's take a look. Tundra Stalker now increases your critical strike of Frost Strike by 50% for 6 seconds after your Frost Strike hits an immobilized target. So that's a bit of a nerf. Before, it used to increase your damage by like 15% when they were snared, and then increase the crit by 50% if they were rooted. And now you only get the critical strike increase after you've already hit them with the Frost Strike when they're immobilized. So that's a bit of a nerf for Tundra Stalker. Also, overpowered rune weapon. It now reduces the cooldown of your Hunger rune weapon by 50%. However, it also reduces the duration by 50%. So you're going to have to make a decision of whether or not you want your Hunger and rune weapon to have a 3-minute cooldown with a duration of 12 seconds, or if you want it to have a 1.5-minute cooldown with a duration of 6 seconds. I don't really like this talent. I don't like what they did for either of these. Probably won't use either of them. I like the Hunger and Rune weapon to last for 12 seconds. That was the great thing about it, having that haste last for so long and generating runes and runic power. It was really helpful. So they took that away. Not looking good for Frost DKs right now, guys. Sorry. But the good news is you can use Frost 2.0, or as other people like to call it, Unholy. And I'm going to show you the major differences between Unholy and Frost right now, and why you should probably run Unholy if Blizzard doesn't make any changes to Frost that are actually good. So let's take a look. First we'll go through the similarities. Frost and Unholy both share Anti-Magic Shell, Mind Freeze, Death's Advance, Death Grip, Chains of Ice, Icebound Fortitude, and Frost has what? Howling Blast. Well, Unholy has Outbreak, so it's their version of Howling Blast. It's a disease, and Frost has Hunger and Rune Weapon, which increases your, haste. Unholy has Unholy Frenzy, which does the same thing. You spec into it via your talents. And now the big difference is Frost has Asphyxiate. That's right. You have an awesome stun that lasts for 5 seconds. That's amazing. You also have a pet. Who doesn't want a pet, right? Something to keep you company when you're lonely at night. Also, you can enrage your pet, do more damage. Your pet also gets a stun for 2 seconds. So not only do you have a lot of the same spells as Frost, but now you have 2 stuns. And you have the same Death Strike, which heals you, and you have another heal, your Death Pact, which heals you for 50% in your max health, and reduces the incoming healing equal to 30% in your max health for 15 seconds, which you blow past anyway. I've used Death Pact once, and then used Death Strike twice, and it healed me up to full, and totally blew past that 30% absorption of your healing. So it's pretty awesome. You have your Icebound Fortitude still to get you out of trouble. You have Apocalypse, which is amazing. You just put your Festering Wounds on people, about 4 of them, which is only 2 times that you hit Festering Strike, and then you hit your Apocalypse, and now you have 4 ghouls helping you beat up the person. So you have like all these spells. You have Death and Decay, which is another spell. You have your Army of the Dead, which is another spell. You get so many more spells as Unholy than Frost. And you get a lot of the same spells as Frost. So you kind of benefit by just running Unholy because they're kind of the same. Like Frost has what? Obliterate? Well, instead of Obliterate, you're using Festering Strike. Uses 2 runes, does physical damage. It puts Festering Wounds on the person, which helps generate your runic power when they're, burst. And then you use your Clawing Shadows. Or if you're not running Clawing Shadows, you use your Scourge Strike. And your Scourge Strike only uses 1 rune, instead of, say, using your Frost Strike, which used runic power. So now you have 2 spells you're going to be using a lot that both use runic power. Use runes. You hit your Festering Strike once, uses 2 runes, you put some wounds on the target, and then you just start spamming your Clawing Shadows, which has a 30-yard range, and it uses 1 rune. So now you're just building your runic power up, and what are you going to use your runic power on? Your Death Strike, that's right. You're going to have a lot of opportunity to heal yourself more with Death Strike than if you're Frost, because Frost you're always using Obliterate and Frost Strike, and you're just totally destroying your runes and your runic power at the same time because you're trying to deal damage. But now you can deal damage and just save up that runic power. The only thing you want to use your runic power for is what? Your death coil. And your death coil is free a lot of times with sudden doom. It's just like rhyme. So you get, you get diseases, you get free procs just like frost. You get to spam festering strike and clawing shadows on the people. You get stuns. It's you get to heal yourself a lot better than frost. You get pets. It's a lot of fun. It's quicker than it used to be, which is why I never ran Unholy in the past. It just feels a little clunky. I didn't really like the way the festering wounds were placed on the target. You kind of had to get at least 5, which made it awkward, where you had to use festering strike like 3 times and just destroy all your runes and then start spamming your clawing shadows. And so now it's easier. Now you just hit it once or twice. Once you get your wounds on the person, you hit your apocalypse, you get all these ghouls helping you out. It's it's a lot of fun. It's a quick rotation. I'll show you. I'll yank this guy. Come here, buddy. Hit him with that. Hit him with that. Get some more on him. Ooh, look at that. Get my haste up. Boom. Get some ghouls to help me out. Heal off this guy.
I don't have a target.
It's really quick. What is that? Lord Silithan? Alright, I'll help you. Now I'm just going to beat on him. Get a free heal. I'm just going to use it. Why not? Put the disease on him. More festering strikes.
I need a target.
See, it does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. You don't have to heal yourself. Just spam some death coils. Get some festering strikes on them. Spam some death coils. Get disease on them. Free death coil. It's really easy. It's nice and quick. I'd say, if you're not feeling frost in BFA, go with Unholy. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully, this is beta. Everything's subject to change, and hopefully frost will get better. We'll get maybe some spells. That'll be nice. Right now, our taskbar is looking a little sad. So we'll see what happens. Hope you liked the video. Leave a like or a comment, and thanks for watching.